Oh, hello everyone. Well, today I'm very excited to share with you something that you may have heard somewhere, but actually you may not acknowledge that we are playing something every day. So, today is about infinite games, right? As Simon Sinek, one of the famous speakers in the world, right? He bombed and conceptualized with the one of the famous concept as the golden circle. And the next year, 2019 to be exact, the Infinite Games, written by Simon Sinek, already released, and now it's gonna be spreading in the world. So you see how hot and how special and how wonderful the book it is, right? So what is about something inside the book, right? Actually, every day we have been playing two kind of games: Fight Night game and Infinite games, right? Fight Night games are defined. There are fixed rules, agreed upon objective, right? Known players, and when the objective reached, then the game ends. Right? For example, football, right? So the football, there are a number of shockers already required, so the referee is there to enforce the rules, and two parties, the two teams accept it, right? If they break the law, right? For example, the penalty will be offered by the referee. If you break the law, you just make the faults, right, within the penalty area, right? So that is actually the Fight Night games. There is the winning and losing after the game ended. So, in contrast, we got Infinite games. Infinite games are defined, the rules are changeable, or something is not exact. It's not clear the rules, right? And the known and unknown players, and the unknown players can jump into the games anytime, right? Anytime. And another thing is the objective to keep the game playing or to perpetuate the game, right? So, for example, the Cold War between the NATO, right? The American and the all of the allies from the Western, right? And another side is the Russian and all of these each side of the Asian, right? So that's it. The Cold War is never end actually, and the players actually, you can see the too many countries they can jump in the games of the Cold War anytime if they see the benefits inside the Cold War, right? So that's all for the Infinite Games, and every day you see when we reflect and we imagine something surrounding us, we will see there are a numbers of infinite games every day we play. For example, marriage. No one declares that they will be winner in the marriage, right? If you thought so, you will no longer be married, right? Or another thing is very common, that is business. Business is actually is infinite games, right? If we fit the Fight Night players, right, into the Fight Night games, so the system is stable. And if you fit infinite players, right, doesn't mean the infinite mindset players into the infinite games, so the system also stable. The problems arise when you fit the finite-minded players into the infinite games. So you will see a number of things will be happen. For example, decline of trust, loyalty, and the innovation. right? You can see a lot of surrounding the company with the leaders of playing with the fight night message, right? Declare trust and everything. They feel, they feel something is doesn't feel right. It doesn't be same before, right? So how we can apply something, and why do we know that the game we are in, right? Because to play these two kind of games, you have to be aware of the two kind of mindsets: finite mindset and infinite mindsets, right? Finite mindsets are defined. It's naturally is no definition for the finite mindset. You just imagine the finite mindset tend to beat the competitor, right? They tend to be number one. They want to be the best, right? They tend to be on the peak of something, on the pinnacle of something. For example, you will see listen to the language of the lots of the CEOs, right? They declare that they want the company will be the best in the world. They want to be number one in their section, in their field, right? Based on what? No metric, no time frame, or based on the revenues and market shares and the numbers of employees, the number of customers. No one is haven't, right? No one hasn't agreed about that metrics. So how can they declare they are number one, they are the best, right? Everything, no metric, nothing can measure a point, right? So for the infinite games, so today I just relate the infinite games in our life only. And the infinite game in the business is a very long story. I'm gonna be sharing in the next episode, right? Because you see every day, like the friendship, love, right? Marriage, education, right? Friendship, yeah, already. Co-work, all of, or actually, is our life is an infinite games, right? All the infinite games. That means the end, no end for the game, right? If something, just imagine some the deadline, you just imagine our life is finite because we're born and we die, but our life is an infinite game, right? So the infinite games, to play this kind of games, you should have the infinite mindset. The infinite mindset tend to complete themselves, tend to be better. Then that means that they tend to reach the best version of themselves. They don't compete. They don't beat the competitor. They beat and they fight for themselves. They tend to be better than yesterday. The tomorrow will be better than today. So every day, just a little things they accumulate. That's one, right? And for the long run, long race, they're gonna be improved over the time. They don't looking for the for the competitor or something they want to beat. They just complete themselves to be the best vision, so the version of themselves, right? So the infinite-minded players will have something you can see how they think, act, and communicate every day, right? See, they tend to sharpen their saw, right? The one of the 7 habits of the highly effective people, right? The number 7 is sharpen their saw. That means they continuously learning, right? Keep learning, keep open, right? Be proactive in all of the actions every day, right? They keep learning and keep thinking positively, right? Thinking positively, and they tend to find something positive in the bad or worse scenario, right? They find something is more engaging, right? They tend to be proactive and positive, stay positive at all times, even the situation or the context and the circumstances is very bad for them, but they still keep the mind is no end. They think beyond the box. They don't think surround the box. They think beyond the box, or sometimes they think there is no box over there, right? So you see the benefit when you see the inspiration will be increased, right? And also you find your self worth, right? And you will set up your daily ritual, right? Daily ritual, and to keep your discipline to reach to the needs that you're approaching to, right? So that mindset is actually need to be recommended for all of us. We have the right to choose above the animals, right? The human has the right, the privilege to choose which one they do first, which one they think first, they prioritize first. Right? You have to choose. The people can choose the positive mind, or they can choose the negative. They can choose to be optimistic, or they can choose to be pessimistic. That's a choose. You have the choice every day. We make the decisions based on what, right? So that's why today I just really excited to share that one, because in the future I will make it like one of the talk show or something like you see in my book or something like that. Every day I'm talking about that. Every day I just make it like my ritual, talking to the another everybody to unleash the potential, to make them happy. Because my why, I believe in the unlimited power within people. Everything I do is to unleash the people potential so that they can reach out a fulfilled life, and together we can advance our world. That is my why, and everything I do, everything I act and communicate every day based on the why. The why is the life purpose. The thing can make you focused at all time, all the thinking, everything. Where you're walking, where you're thinking, where you go, you still have one why. You have one why. I got one why. And the company, they have one why. Organizations has one why. Right? If we can balance between our why and the company why, right, the organization's why, you can find the congruency. You can find the improvement, the balance between your life, your interest with the collection's interest, right? Because every day the conflicts too much when they don't know how to make the decision based on their interest or the company interest. Very hard, right? Incredibly hard for the people to make the decisions based on their interest, because some things you have to sacrifice something in order to get something, right? That is the one of the most the most characteristic of the leadership. You have to be willing to sacrifice something in order to for somebody may gain, and that somebody is working in your charge, working in below you, under you. The leadership is the one willing to go first, right? To protect the environment, to protect the culture, right? As you know, 50,000 years ago, the people are just like one tribe, right? And surrounding one circle is all the dangers and they try to kill them, right? So how the people can protect each other? So they have to trust each other, right? Because imagine when you were sleeping and you think you trust someone was watching the dangers for you when you were sleeping. So the trust emerged from that time, 50,000 years ago. So as of now, when we imagine in the organization, right, or the company, if the leadership, right, so that the leaders, right, can create the environment that in which the people feel safe when they're working in, right, that means that they feel willing to raise their hand, right, to talking about something they don't know, right, or something they are fearful, right, or something they have stress, or they have something in their family they need to be heard, right? Then you will see the difference when the leaders they can create that environment, right? People wake up, get out of the bed, feel inspired, work at their natural best at the company, and return home feel fulfilled at the end of the day. That is the ideal environment. That's all the people will be approaching to the future. And that is also my just scores. Right? My just scores, I found that when I read the book. Everything we need to learn from the every little things we need to learn. This is how we can apply, how we can put it in words and put it in actions every day. Thinking is not enough. The ultimate power is not about knowledge. It's about taking massive action to transform all of your ideas of that your dreams and aspirations into reality. That is the ultimate power of the human beings. And every day, the things I do, the things I communicate, I help others in order to be better world. We all the same. We have the same parts, right? We are human, right? And everything we share sick needs, as Tony Robbins said, and we are in the one of the planet that every single day we fight, we live for our life purpose. To the end, you don't want to find the source inspiration where so far it in you. It's in you. Right. Source of inspiration, source of passion, source of enthusiasm is in you. If you know how you can discover your why, your cause, your beliefs, your purpose of life, so you can be reach to the next level. You're gonna be getting busy all day in order to fit their why and to fulfill your just cause. That is the things I like to share today. Thank you for watching. See you